Hey guys, it's Keeley and I am so excited to be back for another weekly reading vlog. It has been so long since I filmed one of these, and that's because I am a full-time teacher now and I work like an hour and a half from where I live, so I don't get the most reading done. And if I did film a reading vlog, it would be really boring because I just go to work, I read during nap time, and then I come home and like go to sleep. I also watch a lot of Law and Order, but that's okay. And today it is Sunday, March 10th. It is like 10 a.m. and it is the start of my spring break. The best thing about being a teacher is getting like spring break, summer break, and all those wonderful breaks. So now I'm going to crack down and start reading. I have already read 3 books this month, which I am so excited about. I just finished one yesterday, so now it's the perfect time to start a reading vlog because I can start a new book. I haven't picked out what I want to read this week. I'm not sure how much reading I'll get done. I'm not sure what I'm doing this week outside of reading, so we'll see. But I'm just going to pick a few books and show you what I want to read. So the main thing on my agenda this week is just standalones because I can go through those so fast, and because next week I go back to work. I don't want to get sucked into a series and then have all this time waiting in between and not get to read it as quick. Contemporaries and standalones are just so much easier to read over a long period of time. At least for me they are. So the first book that I am now going to start, and I like read 3 pages or something last night, is 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott with Mike Daughtry and Tobias Iaconis. This is, yes, that movie with Cole Sprouse, which I am so excited to see. So basically it was a movie first and then written into a book. It follows these 2 characters who have cystic fibrosis and they can't get within more than 5 feet from each other. So I'm excited. I really hope the representation is good. I can't speak on behalf of that representation, so I'll have to look up some like own voices reviews, but nonetheless, I'm really excited. It's also really short. The next 2 books I want to read are by the same author, and that is By Your Side and On the Fence by Casey West. I love Casey West. Every book of hers I've read is 5 out of 5 stars so far. She is my new favorite author, and so I am excited to read these. I also fly through them, so I wouldn't be surprised if I read them in like a day, hopefully, so I can really get some reading done. But I am so looking forward to these. And the last book I'm going to talk about, because I don't want to set the expectations too high, is Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno. I love Katrina Leno so incredibly much, so I will put out anything she writes. I just recently got to pick this one up because, like I said, I now get paychecks, which is so cool because I can buy books. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one. It's also pretty short, so hopefully that means I'll fly through it. The last thing I want to mention is The Signalman by Charles Dickens. So it's just like this little short story. It has like 52 pages in it, and it's like a ghost story, I think. I did start this one, and I am on page 10. But the thing is, I hate classics. Unpopular opinion, hate them. I can never understand them. I don't know if I'm too dumb or what, but it's fine. But I picked this one up at Charles Dickens' house when I lived in London, and I just haven't read it, and it's 52 pages. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous if I cannot finish this. So hopefully I can push through and finish this. We will see. I was hoping, like, ghost story, super cool. Like I said, classics, like, can't get into. It's fine. But yeah, so I am about to go to church, so I might go watch an episode of Law and Order. That's gonna be like the bane of my existence this week. All I'm gonna want to do is watch crime shows because that's all I ever do. But I really am in the reading mood. Like I said, I finished a book last night, so I'm like in that zone, you know? Okay, but I'll check in later. I'm so excited to be filming this again. Alright, hi, it is 10:47 and this lighting is really bad, but that's fine. I am gonna go ahead and go to bed. I have 100 pages left of 5 Feet Apart, so I am on page 188, and I totally 100% could have finished today, but I watched 10 episodes of Law and Order because I'm trash. It's fine, but I am so enjoying 5 Feet Apart. It's just hit me right in the feels. I love the characters. I'm so excited for the movie. Oh, I just can't wait to see what happens in the last 100 pages. But I'm gonna go to bed, so I will see you tomorrow. I'm planning on finishing that tomorrow because I don't think I'm doing anything. And Law & Order's not on all day tomorrow, so I've already caught up. So I should be able to read all day. So I'm gonna finish that and then maybe start a Casey West book. We'll see, but I will see you then. I need to stop throwing up the peace sign. Hi, good morning. It is Monday, March 11th, and it is like 9:48 a.m. And this is the first time ever that I am filming without makeup, so just like be nice to me. But I didn't feel like putting makeup on if I'm just gonna read all day. But anyway, I am going to finish the last 100 pages of 5 Feet Apart, and then I will check in with you. Okay, hi. So it is like 12:30, and I finally finished 5 Feet Apart. And I loved it. So this cover means so much more now after the story. I really love the story. I love the characters, and I really hope that the representation was good. Like I said, I can't speak for it because I don't have cystic fibrosis. I have known someone in my family that recently passed away with it, but I wasn't around him much, so I still can't really speak on it. It was really good. Oh, so sad. I cried so much too, but also like hopeful, and it really opened my eyes to how much the disease sucks, basically. I really loved it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. So good. So the next book that I want to pick up, I was looking at the books that I talked about at the beginning of this video, and I was like, you know what? I want to read the shortest book on there. So I'm going to pick up Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno. I'm so excited. I love Katrina Leno. I have said that so many times. Like, I feel like in almost every video I've ever made, I talk about how much I love her. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start this. So I will update you on my reading later. My hair is crazy right now because I've been laying down. But look how cute my puppy is. Swimmers, where's your head? Oh, there it is. Oh, hi. Cute. But what I wanted to update on was I watched so many videos of this cystic fibrosis patient on YouTube because he reacted to 5 Feet Apart. He reacted to all the trailers, and so far he's saying that the representation seems really cool. He says that in the movie there's a lot of things that he hasn't seen in other cystic fibrosis movies. So that makes me hopeful that it has good representation. So I can't wait to see like his final movie review, because the book was written based on the movie. So if the movie's good by his standard, then that means the book will be good. But yeah, just wanted to update y'all on that. If you want to go watch his reviews, I will leave it linked down below. He is Cystic1 on YouTube. So pretty cool. Alright, it is 9:15 and I just finished Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno. Oh, she never disappoints. Okay, first of all, I love her writing and I always love her characters. Her characters are just so interesting and just so well developed. I love them so much. So I didn't really explain this about what it's about earlier because I wasn't too sure. But it follows this set of twins, Mary and Georgina, on this island called By the Sea, and their family has always had magic in the lines. They always have girls, and every girl has magic, and it's gone on for like centuries. And on this island, every summer, there is this bird that is said to be their like great something grandma that turned into this bird. And so people come from all over to come and bird watch and photograph. And so their tourist season is only for 2 months, and then after that, no one knows the island. But so Mary has magic powers, but Georgina's hasn't developed yet, so she thinks she's just a dud. And when summer rolls around and it's time for everyone to come photograph this Annabella bird, the bird doesn't show up, and it becomes later and later, and people are freaking out. And yeah, it's great. There's like this mystery aspect that we have to kind of figure out. There's so much packed into this 256-page book. It just kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's like you're just trying to figure out so many things. I loved it. I think I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I might have to sit on it for a little bit, but as of right now, 5 out of 5 stars. It's not my favorite by hers, but it's like up there. So good. Can't wait for her next book, which comes out next month, I think. But yeah, love her. So I think tomorrow I'm going to start On the Fence by Casey West. This is the shorter of the two books by Casey West that I still need to read that I own. For some reason, whenever I'm doing like a readathon, even though this is like an unofficial spring break readathon, I like to start with the shorter books and then proceed from there. So I just always do that way. So this is the next shortest. So I'm excited. But today I think I'm done with reading. I'm going to go eat some Reese's and drink some milk. And so yeah, we'll just see you tomorrow, I guess. Okay, bye. Hello, good morning. I look really rough because I just woke up, but it's fine. It is Tuesday, March 12th. It is almost 10 a.m. I'm gonna go eat some breakfast, but first, I'm gonna tell you my reading plans for the day. So I want to read On the Fence by Casey West. I don't go into her books knowing too much because they're like YA contemporary romance, so like you really don't need to know too much. So far as I know, this is about a girl named Charlie who's raised by a single dad, and she has 3 older brothers, so she's kind of like one of the guys, like plays all the sports, like doesn't know anything about like hair, makeup, and all that stuff. And then one day she gets a job at a boutique and she's like completely clueless, and she meets this boy who knows nothing about her like sports life. And yeah, that's all I know. You know I love Casey West. I really don't have to rant about my love for her even more, so I'm excited to read this. It's not very long, and I read her books incredibly quickly, so fingers crossed I finish this today. We'll see. Hello, hi. It has been a while. It is like 6:15 now, and about an hour ago I finished On the Fence by Casey West. Another 5 out of 5 stars from Casey West. I just love her so much, and I don't know if I'm like biased now and just will give every book of hers 5 out of 5 stars, but they make me so happy, and they referencing Marie Kondo, they spark joy, like they really do. And I will just say the family in this book is one of my favorite bookish families I have ever read now. I love them. It is Charlie and her 3 brothers and her dad, and they are just so much fun. Like, they are really what older brothers should be like. I loved it so much. So basically, I'll try to explain it better than how I did earlier. We follow this girl, Charlie, who, like I said, lives with her dad and 3 brothers. Her mom died when she was little. And so Charlie has always grown up just being one of the guys. She doesn't say that she's a girly girl. She's a self-proclaimed tomboy. And so one day she gets a speeding ticket, and her dad tells her she needs to get a job to pay it off. So she gets a job at this boutique, and she is just immersed in this world of clothes and makeup, and like doesn't know anything about it. And then she meets this boy one day, and he thinks that he's like this super girly made-up girl, so she just like starts lying and being someone she's not. And then everyone close to her, like the boy next door that's like another brother for her, just gets, I don't know, they're like, you're not being yourself, whatever. So I don't know, her books are just so tropey, which is something that I absolutely love. Her books, once again, are just the type where you're just like, the tension just kills you. You're like, okay, when are they gonna kiss? When are they finally gonna get together? And of course, it's always like right at the end, but I just love them so much. And like I said a million times before, I read them so quickly. I think every book of hers I have read in a day. So I give this one 5 out of 5 stars. I already said that, but yeah. So I might be done reading for today. I might go watch some Law & Order, maybe, but I kind of mentioned earlier in the week that I wanted to read or finish The Signal Man. We'll see, unless I get bored of it. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to start another book today. I like keep looking back there because there are some rain clouds coming, and I'm so excited. Texas storms are the best. Sorry, sidetracked. But anyway, I'll let you know if I finish this. If not, I might just see you tomorrow. Hi, good morning. It is Wednesday, March 13th, and it is like 9:45 a.m. I'm about to go eat, but I thought I'd talk about my plans for today. So I'm planning on reading By Your Side by Casey West. This one is a little bit longer out of hers. It's like 300 something pages. 300, like around, okay, 342. Good, fine. So I have this good system that I set up yesterday where I would read 50 pages and then watch a YouTube video, read 50 pages, watch YouTube, because I have so many videos to catch up on, and it still like got me through the book fast. So I'm probably going to do that today as well. Hopefully I don't get sidetracked and watch like Law and Order or something, because that has been known to happen. But I've already read 3 books this week, so I'm feeling pretty good. After this, I know that I want to read a sad book. I'm like in that mood to read something sad, so I will have to look at my shelves and look for a sad book. Also, The Signal Man, gave up on that, totally gave up. I was gonna read it and then I was like, I'm not interested. Not interested. It's fine. But yeah, I'm excited for this. She gets stuck in the library overnight, so actually over the weekend. Okay, first of all, she's about to go to a bonfire with her friends, and then she goes inside to go to the bathroom, and she gets locked in there, and her friends don't come back for an entire weekend? What? Okay, I'm gonna go eat some donuts, and then I'll start reading. Okay, so it is 3:15, and I just finished By Your Side by Casey West. And I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Once again, I am just trash, I guess. All of her books are 5 out of 5 stars. I'm obsessed. This one was just so cute. I honestly think it's one of my favorites, and I was nervous because this is one of her lowest, if not the lowest rated on Goodreads. But it's one of my favorites. I loved it. I love the boy. You know, it's the typical trope, like bad boy meets good girl. Love that. Also, the main girl had anxiety, and I love the anxiety rep in this. It was very similar to my own. I loved it. So I have a lot of the day left to go, so I need to figure out what else am I gonna read, because I have no idea. So let me think and get back to you. I am in a rut. Okay, so I am in such a big mood to read. I have been all week, but I don't know what to read. I have done multiple challenges. I have filmed multiple things on here to try and help me figure out what to read, and I have deleted all the footage because I still don't know. I did this thing where I picked out 10 books, and then I had an elimination round where I eliminated 1 book each time, and then there was a winner. Didn't want to read it. And then I did the try a chapter thing. Didn't want to read it. So I want to read. I just don't want to read any of the books that I own, apparently. I don't know. Hopefully I'll figure something out, because currently my internet's not working. Look, one of my dogs is there. Currently my internet's not working, so it's the perfect time to read. I'm in the mood. Spring break's only a week, so I gotta read. But I don't know what I want to read. Ugh. I feel like... The thing is... Okay, so, beginning of the week, I read 5 Feet Apart. I want to reread it so bad. I can't stop thinking about it. But I also can't stop thinking about rereading Throne of Glass. Because I have read... which ones have I read? Did I read Queen of Shadows? Yeah, I read up to Queen of Shadows. So I need Empire of Storms and like 2 of the other ones, like the short story and then Kingdom of Ash. So I'm thinking about rereading the series and catching up, and that goes completely against my whole no series rule. I don't know what to do. Maybe I should read Harry Potter and annotate it. But I don't know. I really want to reread 5 Feet Apart and annotate it. But I also want to read Everything All at Once by Katrina Leno and annotate that, because that's like my favorite book of all time. I ran out of Casey West books, so can't read those. I have one Morgan Matson book to read, and that's Save the Date, but it's one of her bigger ones, so right now I just want to read small books and like get them done, you know? But I don't know. I'm like looking at my shelf and nothing is hitting me. Nothing. Like, come on, man. Maybe I read so much contemporary that I should just give it up and read like a fantasy, read a series. Maybe I could read a dystopian. I should reread Divergent. Okay. Yeah, Keeley, good idea. Ooh. I could reread Six of Crows. Unpopular opinion, don't like Six of Crows. I've been wanting to reread it to see if my opinion will change. But I don't want that to put me in a slump. I need to... I just like sometimes want to just shake myself. What do I want to read? Now I'm looking at my movies. It's not the time to watch a movie. Ooh, I haven't seen The Book Thief yet. Okay, focus. I need to look at my shelves and see, and maybe I just need to read fantasy. Maybe I'm past the contemporary, and that's what's happening right now. I keep looking at my contemporary books, and I'm like looking for one to read, but I can't figure out what I want to read, and maybe it's because I'm no longer in the contemporary mood. Maybe I want to read fantasy. We'll see. I'll let you know if I figure it out. Okay, literally 30 seconds later, and I figured out what I want to read, and that is Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. I've been wanting to reread the series so bad and then continue with the Bloodline series because I've never read that. I am trash for vampires. I like to call myself one sometimes, and so I've been wanting a vampire book so bad. So I've really been thinking about rereading this, and I just looked at my fantasy because, like I said, maybe I just need to take a step back from contemporary. I just looked at my fantasy shelves, saw this, and I was like, that's the one. That is it. So this will be the next book I read. I don't know if it'll be right now. I kind of have a headache, so I might wait. I kind of want to watch some more Vampire Diaries because I'm currently rewatching that. I told you, vampires are everything. So I'll update you later. Okay, hi, hello. It is like 9 p.m. and things have changed once again. But the good news is I think I finally figured out what I'm going to read, and that is Sadie by Courtney Summers. I don't have the dust jacket on it right now, but I started this and I am 46 pages of the way through, so I think it's safe to say I will be sticking with this one. I also picked up the audiobook for Eclipse by Stephanie Meyer. I had it on hold and it became available. And usually I listen to audiobooks on the way to and from work because I commute, but it's spring break, so I'm not going to have a lot of time to listen to my audiobooks. But I started listening to Eclipse and I am an hour of the way through already, so that's good. I've been slowly listening to the Twilight Saga audiobooks, so that's been a lot of fun. I think on my last reread of Twilight, Eclipse was my least favorite in the series, so we'll see how it feels after the audiobook. But yeah, so those are the two things I'm starting with. Tomorrow I'm actually not going to be home all day, so I won't be able to finish a book, but I am going to see Joanna Gaines. If you don't know, Joanna Gaines is Chip and Joanna from the HGTV show Fixer Upper. I'm going to the Silos in Waco, which is like where she works, and she's doing like a book signing and stuff, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I think that is it for tonight, so I guess I will just see you tomorrow, and tomorrow I'll actually be wearing makeup, so that'll be a nice change. Night. Wow, hello, hi, it's like I'm a new person. I look different. So today is Thursday, March 14th, and it is 8:45 a.m. And like I said, I'm going to Waco today to see Joanna Gaines, so I won't be reading much today. I didn't get any further in Sadie, but that is definitely the book I'm sticking with, so I'm glad that after the whole ordeal yesterday, I finally figured out what I want to read. And then also on the audiobook for Eclipse, so there are 13 parts. I'm listening to it on overdrive through my library. There are 13 parts and I just got past part 1, so now I have 12 parts left. Waco, I don't know how far away it is, but it's a good few hours there and a good few hours back, so I'm hoping to get to listen to more of it in the car ride, but we shall see. I'm not going to bring my camera and film. If there's anything to film, I'll just use my phone. Yeah, so I will see you later. Hello, good morning. It is Friday, March 15th, and it is almost 10 a.m. And if I look tired, it's because I am. I spent all day yesterday at Magnolia Silos in Waco, Texas. Loved it, so much fun. That was my second time going, but this time there were like, I think like 300 vendors or something. It was crazy. It was like a vendor's fair. And then also it was Joanna Gaines' book launch. There's my dog. Remus, you want to come say hi? Come here. Come here. He doesn't like the camera. There's, oh, hello, Remus. Thank you. That's so nice. Anyway, oh, I think I'm getting sick. Great. Just in time to go back to work and spring break ends. Love that. So yeah, yesterday it was Joanna Gaines' book launch for her new book, We Are the Gardeners, by Joanna Gaines and her kids. This is a children's book, and oh my goodness. So I read it while I was waiting in line, so technically finished another book yesterday. Heck yeah, I'm counting it. I counted it on Goodreads, so deal with it. It is so cute. Honestly, might be like one of my favorite children's books ever now. It is so cute. The illustrations, I don't know how well you can see that, but they're gorgeous. The storyline, I just cried. It talks about how failure can be a good thing and all this stuff, and I was just like, this is so important for kids, and I definitely want to read it to my class when I go back to work. But I love that. So I read that yesterday. Go me. I listened to a little bit more of Eclipse. I listened to another part, so I am now on part 3 of 13. I only listened to one part, even though I drove a lot, because I had a headache and I didn't feel like focusing on anything except driving. That's safe. But yeah, so today I'm going to continue reading Sadie. I'm still on page like 46, 47, something like that. So I'm going to continue reading that. Hopefully that goes so well. But yeah. Okay, I guess I will check in later. Hello, it is currently 2:20. I am currently catching up on all of Emma Book's YouTube videos. I am so behind on YouTube. Like, I'm talking, like, some people's channels I'm backed up since, like, October. It's fine. So I'm slowly making my way through those and, like, binging everyone's. So that's fine. But like I said, 2:20. I'm about to leave because I am going to see 5 Feet Apart, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. If you don't know and haven't been watching this vlog and just randomly started in the middle, I read 5 Feet Apart this week and I am obsessed. Like, I think that it's so important, like, it's so good, and I have really been watching a lot of cystic fibrosis reviewers to see what they think about it, and so far I've seen that the representation is pretty good and like some of the best they've seen, so that makes me really hopeful. I just love the book so much. But anyway, my current read, so I am on page 152 of Sadie, so I am like pretty much halfway, pretty exactly halfway, I think. So hopefully I can finish that today, but like I said, I am about to leave in like 30 minutes to go see the movie, so then I'll be back sometime tonight, and then I'll probably read more. But for right now, I'm just gonna watch some more YouTube until I leave. And I am going to the movies with no makeup on, in my sweats, hair's not washed because I know I'm gonna be a mess. It's fine. But I'll check in later and I'll tell you how the movie is. Okay, hi, hello. It is 7:30 and I just got back from seeing 5 Feet Apart. Oh my goodness. Okay, so first of all, y'all know I love the book. I've been talking about it all week. The movie was so good. Okay, it was interesting to watch knowing that the book was made about the movie this time, but I can say that the book was still better. It still had more detail. The movie was amazing. And like, as I'm getting older and reading more, I understand like not every detail can be put in a movie. But it was just so interesting, and it was heartbreaking and sad, of course, all the things. But I honestly, like from a completely like outsider point of view, think that it had good representation and it brought awareness to this illness very well. You don't see a lot of things about CF at all. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for that YouTuber that I mentioned, Cystic One, where I watched his reactions to the trailer. He's going to see the movie tonight, and I'm waiting for his review to be up so I can accurately say if it's good representation or not. So when that's up, I will watch it and let you know, and then you can also go watch it. But I loved it, and really, honestly, after I finish Sadie, I'm thinking about rereading the book and annotating it, because I am trash. And I can like feel that obsession starting. It's fine, whatever. And I would just like to point out, I was always a Cole girl, you know, when the whole Cole versus Dylan thing was happening during Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I was always Cole. Cody, my man, yes. Alright. I think I'm going to start reading again. We will see. I might watch some YouTube also. Yes, I'll check with you later. Okay, last update of the day. It is like 10 p.m. I'm not bald, I promise. I have a ponytail. I am on page 207. So I have 101 pages left. So I should finish this tomorrow, but I don't know because Law & Order is on all day on Saturdays. So we'll see what happens. But I'm enjoying it a lot. A lot of the names are like really similar, so it's kind of confusing. Like there's a cat, and then there's someone, I don't know if it's pronounced Katie or Caddy. It's C-A-D-D-Y, but it's a guy. And then if it's Caddy, there's Sadie, and it's just, there's a lot. They like, yeah, confusing. But the podcast of this is on Spotify, so after I read it, I'm planning on listening to that. So we'll see. But I will see y'all tomorrow. Hello, hi. I think this is my first check-in for today. So it is Saturday, March 16th, I believe. And it's like 1:30 p.m. and I just finished reading Sadie by Courtney Summers. Now, I was nervous going into this because it's like a thriller mystery, and I don't get along well with thriller mysteries. I just have never found one that I like, and this one I really liked. I love the format. Anytime there's like a podcast, letter, text, things like that in a book, I love. It just really rolls with me. But I was just hooked the whole time. I'm kind of disappointed with how it ended. I really hope there's like a short story follow-up or a sequel or something, because I was a little disappointed. So I was gonna give it 4 stars, but this is one of those books where the last line just really hits you, and so because of that last line, I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really good. Like I said, I really hope there's like a follow-up to this. It doesn't have to be a sequel. I just need like a short story or something. Yeah, please. It's good. I really want to listen to, okay, so like the podcast in here is an actual podcast on anywhere you can find podcasts. So it's on Spotify. If you look it up, it's called The Girls by Macmillan Publishers. And I am going to start listening to it now that I've read this. There's only like 8 episodes or something like that, and they're all really short. So I'm excited. But I've heard the audiobook is good. Maybe one day when I reread it, I'll try it with the audiobook, because when I listen to audiobooks, I only do them as rereads. I don't listen to audiobooks if I've never read the story. So I've heard it's good, so maybe in the future. But yeah, really enjoyed it. So for now, I am going to continue watching Law & Order, because multitasking, even though it's not real, I've been reading Sadie and watching Law & Order. So we'll see if I start a book, but maybe not. I don't know, but I'll check in later. Hello, hi, it is the morning of the next day, and I haven't done my wrap-up yet, so I'm gonna do that real quick so I can edit this and then upload it for tomorrow. So I read a total of 6 books this week. I am so thankful for spring break because it really helped me catch up on my reading. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get on into this really quickly. The first book I read this week was 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lippincott with Mickey Daughtry and Tobias Iokonis. I love this. If you didn't know, I have been raving about it all week. I will probably reread it next month so I can annotate it. It follows 2 characters who are cystic fibrosis, and I'm sure you know because the movie is out, which is also fantastic. Also, I didn't update you, but the YouTuber Cystic1 who has cystic fibrosis reviewed the movie and said it was the best representation of CF he's ever seen, so I will leave his review down below. So that makes me feel even better about loving this, because the representation was so good and it's bringing so much awareness to CF, which is so awesome. Like, if you don't know a lot about it, go see the movie, read the book, but also research it and see how we can help, because we need a cure. But yeah, 5 out of 5 stars to this one. Loved it. The next one I read was Summer of Salt by Katrina Leno. I love Katrina Leno. So this follows 2 girls who are twins, and they are Fernway women, and they live on the island of By the Sea, and Fernway women are magical. They all have some kind of magic, and one of the twins hasn't developed her magical power yet, and so she thinks that she's just kind of a dud. And it's also a romancy. There's a female-female romance in here, which is really awesome. It's just so whimsical. I love Katrina Leno's writing. This is the 4th or 5th book I've read by her. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4th book. Her 5th book comes out next month. And I've loved every single one. I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars as well. I think there was also a really important message in this, so it was really cool. It's also really short, so really quick read. The next one I read was On the Fence by Casey West. So this follows a girl named Charlie who is raised by her father, and then she has 3 older brothers, and then her neighbor is the boy that's best friends with the brother, so she has like 4 brothers. So she's kind of a self-proclaimed tomboy. She doesn't know much about hair and makeup. One day she has to get this job at a boutique, so she's kind of immersed into that world, and she starts to be someone she's not. I love Casey West. As you know, I rave about her in all my videos. I'm sure you're tired of me talking about it, but nonetheless, I give this one 5 out of 5 stars. I really loved it. The family aspect is one of my favorite family aspects that I've seen in any book ever. So good. The next book I read was By Your Side by Casey West again. So this follows a girl who is trapped in the library over the weekend, and she finds out she's not alone in the library. There is this boy who kind of has a bad reputation in the library with her. The main character in this book has an anxiety disorder. She has generalized anxiety disorder, and I found the representation to be spot on. Some people might think the representation is different, but for me personally, who also suffers with that, she displayed a lot of the same characteristics that I do, so I really appreciated that. Once again, 5 out of 5 stars. I've never given a Casey West book anything less. Like, I go into it thinking, okay, this might not be a 5 out of 5 stars. And it always ends up being 5 out of 5 stars, and I don't know if I'm just biased or I'm just trash for Casey West. The next little book I read was We Are the Gardeners by Joanna Gaines and her kids, illustrated by Juliana Swaney. I love the illustrations in this book. Let me just show you a little glimpse. They are just so sweet and so cute. So this book talks about failure and what it means to get up and try again, which is really awesome. In a children's book, I read this while I was in line waiting to see Joanna Gaines, and I forgot to show you, but it is signed by Joanna Gaines, which is really awesome. If you don't know, she's on that show Fixer Upper with her husband Chip. Love them. So awesome. But I give this one 5 out of 5 stars. It's probably my new favorite children's book. I'm going to read you like the back of this so you know exactly kind of the gist of it. It says, our journeys as gardeners started with one small potted plant, but things did not go as planned. Turns out, trying something new isn't always easy, but sometimes it's the hardest work that leads to the greatest reward. So sweet. And the last book I read this week was Sadie by Courtney Summers. This follows a girl named Sadie whose little sister was just murdered, so she goes to find the murderer, and then she herself goes missing. It is told in part like point of view of Sadie and then part podcast, which is an actual podcast on everywhere you can find podcasts, so I really want to listen to it. I am not a fan of thrillers and mysteries, so I was nervous that I would be the only one in the world that didn't like this, and I ended up loving it. So it was gonna be 4 stars for me, and then the last line like clicked, it did something, and it became 5 stars. You know, there's just a few of those books in the world where the last line just really gets you, and I've read a lot of those recently. But I really enjoyed it. 5 out of 5 stars. I really hope that there is a short story or sequel or something in the future because I really want to see it. So that was my reading week all complete. I really hope this vlog wasn't as boring as I feel like it was, but I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you have spring break and if you've read a lot, if you traveled, what you did, or if your spring break is yet to come, or if you're just in one of those year-round school things, or if you're a full-time person who isn't a teacher and doesn't get spring break. Excuse me. But that is it for this vlog. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.